Hello, my presentation is called Are Human Capital Gains from Short Cycle Higher Education Relevant for Latin American Countries? My name is Claudio Valle Ramirez. I belong to the Center for Advanced Studies in Educational Justice at the Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile in Santiago. The motivation for my study is that career, technical, and vocational higher education, also known as short cycle higher education, is important because it responds to the global demands in the fourth industrial revolution. This revolution focuses on technology, knowledge production, and innovation. Career, technical, and vocational higher education represents a complex context of educational justice because it requires both redistribution of resources and a social recognition of the student. In the words of Nancy Fraser, this means facilitating the equity of learning outcomes and positive discrimination to recognize the needs of higher education students. And when we talk about career, technical, and vocational higher education, we are going to refer to two-year colleges and four-year colleges. That means the education after high school, which involves technical skills. The literature review, we found that in Chile, the demand for short cycle higher education has reached about 45% of the total enrollment in higher education. It matched the number of college and research university graduates in 2015. In the future, this trend is expected to continue, thus decreasing the preferences for university degrees and increasing the enrollment of people in 2- and 4-year colleges. In other Latino countries, there is also an increase in career, technical, and vocational higher education, but this type of education does not seem to be focused on the jobs of the future, sustainability, nor environmental care. Besides, it does not generate human capital with relevant skills and competences for Latinos. Continuing with our literature review, we found that within Latin America, high schools with technical training or non-academic high schools have served low-income students. This has impacted the differences in performance in standardized tests for university selection and the poor academic preparation of low-income students in short-cycle education. Likewise, students with lower resources are more likely to enroll in mostly non-accredited 2- and 4-year colleges of very low quality. Well, our analysis is based on Eric Hanushek methodological approach of the returns of education in the US states. So the main idea of the analysis is that career, technical, and vocational higher education produces income or is related to income, as well as learning measured with the PISA test results, as well as the survey of adult literacy scores, the PIAAC survey. Well, the variables that we include in our study, we have, for example, the math PISA test scores since 2012 up to 2018. As you can see in the figure, the trend is that most Latino countries are under the mean of 500 score points. And there is in some cases decrease, or in some cases an increase in the scores through the years. And we have countries with very low performance, for example, Dominican Republic. The only country that tries to reach the average is Spain. Same case for the reading PISA trend. from 2012, 2015, and 2018, what we can see is the same. All Latino countries under the average of 500 score points, only Spain on the top. And we see different patterns of decrease or increase in results. And we also see the countries that have very low performance. In the case of the adult literacy, we have the Adult Literacy Survey, the PIAAC. It was developed in 2018, or well, Latino countries started to participate in 2018. We have Ecuador, Mexico, Peru, and Spain participating in that year. And what you can see is literacy in blue and numeracy in orange for 2018 adult literacy survey. As you can see, only Spain reaches a score of 250. All the other Latinos countries are under 250 points. The highest score in the adult literacy survey is 290 by Japan. Finally, we have a variable that is very important for the analysis, which is the percentage of population per country that has higher technical and vocational education. So we follow the trend from 2012, 2015, 2018. We check the percentage of people per country that has a short cycle higher education. As you can see, most Latino countries are under 30% of higher technical and vocational education graduates. And we have a very low percentage in Costa Rica and Dominican Republic. And most countries tend to keep around 30% of technical and vocational, except Brazil, Costa Rica, and Dominican Republic. So our results. First, we have the relationship between higher technical and vocational education and gross domestic product per capita in Latino countries. We have a visual array to describe the relationship. So what you can see here is, for example, we have Spain in blue, in yellow, year 2012, in blue, 2015, in red, 2018. That is the percentage of people with higher technical and vocational education. Mexico has the same distribution for the 3 years, around 30%. And we have a lower percentage of people in Dominican Republic and Costa Rica. In South America, we have 4 countries. All of them have around 30% of technical and vocational education students, but Colombia is the one with the lowest gross domestic product. Well, so we also found the correlation or the relationship between the percentage of higher education, higher technical and vocational education students and learning scored as in terms of PISA scores. So what we saw is, what you can see in the presentation is we have the year 2012, 2015, and 2018. In 2012, we found a high, significant, and positive relationship between the percentage of people with higher technical and vocational education per country and literacy and numeracy in PISA. The same relationship was found in 2015, and these high positive and significant results were also found in the 2018 scores for 8 Latin American countries. We include in the correlationship analysis Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Mexico, Peru, and Spain. When we come to see the relationship of gross domestic product per capita and the percentage of people who has technical and vocational higher education per country, we found that the relationship is positive, but it's not significant in 2012. The correlation is around 0.6. In 2015, this correlation was a little bit higher, 0.75. It was significant and positive. But in 2018, the GDP per capita is correlated to the percentage of people with higher technical and vocational education in around 0.5, but this relationship is not significant. Well, the correlation between the percentage of people with technical and vocational education and learning measured by the survey of adult literacy skills is also positive, but it is not significant. So contrary to the results, PISA results were positive and significant. The adult literacy scores are not significant. In conclusion, the presentation showed that career, technical, and vocational higher education is associated to returns in terms of human capital, both income and learning, from the results of the survey of the Program for International Evaluation of Skills of Adults, PIAAC, and the PISA results in a sample of Latino countries. We can further explore why the adult literacy survey and the PISA results show a different level of relationship with the percentage of people that has technical and vocational higher education in Latino countries, because it is not significant for the adult literacy survey results. We include some references, and this is our Center for Advanced Studies in Educational Justice. We have 6 lines of research. You can reach our website, centrojusticiaeducacional.cl, and we thank you very much.